Good afternoon and welcome back to Girded with Truth. We started a brand new series this week called The Pursuit to Wholeness. Monday we would have spoken about identity, and yesterday we would have spoken about God being your source. Today we're speaking about influence. In this journey of the pursuit to wholeness, we need to know who we are, but we also need to know whose we are. And when we have learned these two things that govern how we show up in the world, the next thing we have to know is who we allow to influence us. We have to know who we are connected to and the environment in which we are, because it is this environment that leads us into purpose. Genesis chapter 12 verses 1 to 3 says, Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So God is telling Abraham here, before he renamed him Abraham, before he propelled him into his purpose, God is telling Abraham here that he needs a new environment. He's telling him here that I am ready to speak to you. I am ready to influence you. And you cannot have people that doesn't have the vision of God for your life influencing you. So when God was ready to influence Abraham, to teach him how he needs to become the man of faith that he was called to be, God brought him away from every influence that was not lining up with where he was headed. God took him away from his family, from his country, from his father's house, to show him the land of promise, to show him his purpose, to show him what he had for him. So a lot of us right now, we have gained our identity. We know who we are. We know whose we are. We are praising God. We are worshiping God. We are going to him for the answers. But we are in the wrong environment. We are allowing the wrong people to influence us. And God is saying today, do not go back to the old ways. Do not allow these people who knows nothing about my plan, purpose, or vision for your life to influence you. But on the other side, ensure that you are influencing others in the right way, because you don't want to be waiting on the right influence to influence your life, but you are influencing others in the wrong path. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 17 says, Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friends. So here he's saying you need to line up with your purpose. You need to line up with the people who can drive you into purpose, who can keep you on top of your game, who can keep you going into the direction that I have called you to. And he says you also sharpen the countenance of your friend. So he's saying here, the person doesn't just keep you aligned with your purpose, but they also encourage you. They also help you to get to the place that I have for you. So you do not want to align yourselves with the wrong people and then you fall away from your purpose, or you do not get into your purpose at all. Proverbs chapter 17 verse 17 says, A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. So here it's saying friendship is good. Friends love each other. But he's saying when you have gone through some things together, you become brothers. And it is your brothers, not necessarily the ones related to you, but the ones that are there for you, the ones that are faithful, the ones that have connected themselves to you and given themselves over to ensuring that you are in the correct place and position. Love does not mean leaving people to do what is wrong. Love means I will not only leave you to be happy, but I would also have the strength to correct you once it leads to your purpose. So God is saying here, I have made a brother for adversity. So sometimes we feel like we are fighting alone. Sometimes we feel like we don't belong in certain places. But God has put us in the right environment. And if you feel like you're in the wrong environment today, then I would encourage you, arise and get into the place that God will show you. He told Abraham, come to the place I will show you. He was telling Abraham, come out of your old environment and get into this new environment. Whatever God has called you to requires an environmental change. It requires a change in influence. So in order to get to your purpose, you have to be influenced correctly. In order to get to wholeness, you have to have whole relationships. You have to have somebody with you guiding you to purpose. You can't have somebody carrying you in the other direction, in a wrong direction. You have to have somebody carrying you in the right direction. Every time God was ready to speak to the Israelites in the book of Deuteronomy, he said, listen, hearken unto my words, obey my commands, my statutes, my laws. God was saying, I need to be the person influencing you. So today God is telling you he wants to be the person to influence you, but he's about to put the right people in your path to influence you, because iron sharpens iron. So you now are responsible for removing yourself from the old place of influence, in order for God to prepare you to receive new influence. God has positioned everything in your life. Whatever it is, he will place you in the right environment. Dare I say, he even positions certain enemies to rub against you the right way, to bring out wholeness in you, to bring out purpose in you. Don't think anything happens by chance, but you have a responsibility to obey God and to get into the right environment to receive the right influence. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.